Alright guys, sorry cutting that a little bit short. Was expecting a little bit longer wait personally. If we switch to the correct scene, fighting with the production stuff. We're finally in the picks and bans scene, guys. I'm Hindu man. I'm you now.
You're Hindu.
Hi Zayden.
Hi, I'm Zayden. I'm an American. I'm trying to become the next Adonis 2.0 with my amazing overlay technology.
The picks and bans from the first semifinal game up. We'll sweep those all off the screen gradually. There they all go. We're all caught up. Picks and bans coming out quick in this final. Legion going up against Eager in this first one. This is going to be, I imagine, yet another great series instead of last week's finals or anything to go by.
Well, we'll see how this one goes, because already the picks and bans coming through thick and fast from these boys. Bacchus, Sora, and Cupid banned out by Legion. Across the way, Eager changing up their situation. They used to not go with Bacchus and Batz. We've seen most of the tournament. This time, it's going to be Basta and Sylvanas. Is that based off first and second pick? I guess it probably is. And the first pick prioritization coming out, going to be Anhur. Athena still on the table here.
She is. There's a lot of other potent gods. Thor is available. Looking at Batz right now, a very powerful jungler in his own right. Not fearing no evil in the middle of a team fight, just sending everybody running every which direction. Batz is hiding in the list. There he is, as well as the Gab. Both those gods do get locked in, so there's their support and probably the jungler online for Eager. Back on the other side, they're looking for the Athena pick. She's still available, and she is quite potent.
Yeah, I think it's very potent, very good in the lane with Anhur as well, so they're going to be able to link up nicely together there. So it's going to be definitely a lot of pressure in that lane. Xbalanque's still available, Cupid's still available as well for the likes of Eager. We'll see what Zatman's going to go for against this Anhur matchup, maybe even Rama. Rama's matchup isn't too bad against Anhur. Yeah. But for the most part, Anhur generally does have a good matchup against all, just because of the position he's in right now. His boxing ability is very strong. Ram in the later stages of the game can be useful. He's got a good matchup against Artemis too, so might not see that. It'd be interesting to see where Zatman chooses to go, but at the moment, the boys of Eager are going to go with that Zhong. Once again, probably going to go over to Lassus again. Indeed. Very similar composition to what we saw last week coming out from them.
Yep, they just banned that Isis, so that it's not going to pick to the other side. If right now I feel they don't ban out Nemesis, it's going to be picked up. So if they don't want to have to deal with that in the jungle, I mean, they can have to combats in the soul lane. Nemesis in the soul lane, we saw that in the SPL last week. It didn't work out all that well. So Nemesis is still a possibility. If they don't ban it out, it's more likely they're not going to be picked up by Eager. They are going to go for that ban, however, so they're not going to get that kind of wombo combo. Strip all your protections, then Zhong go all sorts of crazy while you're slowed down from the slice and dice and all those other Nemesis pesky abilities.
So it's over to Eager once again for what the next pick's going to be. Still probably need a jungler or a solo laner. Jungler, solo laner, or a hunter as well, and it's going to be Cupid locked in. So we're still not sure where Batz is going to be going yet. Will we see Tolly play that, or will we see it go elsewhere? Cupid versus Anhur honestly isn't a terrible matchup for Cupid. Fields of Love obviously stops Anhur from leaping away. Heart Bomb does do good work, but Desert Fury does allow for the disengage for the most part from that Fields of Love. If he does get picked up with the immunity frames, obviously affects the stun as well. Vamana locked in along with Scylla for Legion, and now it's over to Eager again.
Yeah, they're hovering over the Kraken. Yeah, I love Cabrakan, but every time I've seen him actually played in a tournament, it just kind of falls flat like 5 seconds into the match, and it's like, oh, we go for the invade, I missed my stun, and they killed me, and I'm now permanently behind for the rest of the game. But perhaps rather wisely, hovering over Chaac would work a lot better going up against that Vamana in the solo lane. Look at the team comp right now. Chaac would actually work fairly well, getting that AoE silence off the Storm Call, plus potentially the knockup if he supercharges it. The slow off the Rain Dance would be a nice complement to the team overall, and it is going to be locked in as their solo laner, so that's going to be over to Anatoly for that. Dare to Care going to be playing on Batz in the jungle.
It's Team Circle for Eager. Team Circle is what you got there. Chaac's ultimate, Kev's ultimate, Bat's ultimate, Cupid ultimate, and then Zhong with his ultimate. Like, combine all those together, you have the perfect circle ability chain that's available to them. I like the Scylla pick against the Zhong here in mid lane coming out from Legion for Adoro. Scylla should be able to farm up pretty well against Zhong because Zhong isn't the fastest late wage pusher in the first couple of levels. He could do good dot damage to the minions, but it does give Scylla enough time potentially to get 2 crushes off before they get in tower range, which means you'll be able to get more experience and gold from this one. And then scale well into the later stages as well. Obviously, a lot of those gods are melee, so she can get a lot, even Zhong to be extended into very close range, so if she can get off a very good Sikkim, she's got potential for the Iron Monster combinations. Both teams on paper looking pretty strong.
Yep, I am also liking the again, that combination, that Scylla, I'm a monster off the back, and Athena, taunt, or possibly even a Thor Tectonic Rift could be quite scary, but they also have that special delivery system. Latch on that Defender of Olympus to Scylla, to Thor, even Vamana. and potentially get that extra damage out of Athena. It's one of the better, you know, damage scaling, or not damage scaling, excuse me, base damage ultimates in the game. You know, as a support, hitting somebody late game for 700 damage, if you manage to find an assassin or hunter, can be pretty nice when you fall by a taunt, and that, well, Scylla then drops her monsters down on you, and just like, ouch, that hurt, I'm dead now.
Guys, we'll be right back after this very short break as the cooldown is ticking. Legion versus Eager. We want to know in chat who you think is going to win this one. It's best of 3, as you all know. We'll be right back with the action as soon as they've loaded in.
Alright guys, we are live with game number 1 of the finals. Legion facing off against Eager in this best of 3 series. There's a lot of extra seeding points on line, 40 big ones, which coming up these next few weeks could be a very big deal, as close as the North American scene is, Hindu.
Oh, totally! Totally. What's this build, Totally? Death's Toll Power Pot? Oh, I'm excited.
I'm liking this.
As Carly would say.
I'm absolutely loving this. I love the, I went on last game, the big open, you know, out of the gate plays, looking to go big. If he gets picked off, however, losing that 450 gold, that is going to be a very, very big potential first blood if that does not work out for him. So fingers crossed for his sake that he does not fall early. Right now, a little bit of roaming around the jungle. We might finally be seeing this early game invade coming, or maybe no. Why do you do this to me, players?
I could potentially. I'm interested why Tony's gone for the power pot start here. Is it in case they do get invaded on, that they want to be ready for this and be able to counteract it with them looking for the power pot to actually deal the extra damage and kill them if they try and invade? Is one reason. The other reason, power pot versus Vamana, I mean, it's mainly a farmland. He has to get a kill out of this or do something aggressive with it to make it pay off, like you said. Because if he dies or nothing comes of it, he's just invested 450 gold into the early game. That's not going to be worthwhile. They're even still not going to make it out of the jungle quicker than the enemy team. And they know he's got power pot because of the early ward placed.
Yeah. Right now, there's the overrun smash coming down for a little bit of damage. I mean, potentially Thor doesn't have his tectonic rift early usually. It might be looking for a first early pressure. But DJ Pernick is saying, I'm having done this. I'm going to leave the lane immediately. Look potentially for some pressure in the mid lane. Look to steal away some back harpies as well. It's, I mean, I don't know. It's going to be... They need to get something out their ball played right here, right now, before Derricker has to rotate out of the solo lane.
I mean, the only issue I see with that is, like, if you got Hog instead here, you're going to be able to use it more often in the wave. You're going to get early wave clear advantages against the Vamana, which struggles in the early stages with wave clear, thanks to Umbrella Rang needing a few skills to max as well. Aggression left-hand side, though, from Panda Cat. Doesn't find the Impale correctly in the direction he wanted onto Aurora. Also missed the in-hand too, but eats a heart bomb for his trouble. Panda Cat gets stunned out for the moment. Nothing too much to write home about for the time being. Legion, Eager, all square for now.
Yep, over the mid lane, both junglers have arrived delayed. DJ Prince's going to be a little bit further behind with the rotation. We're only a minute 30 seconds in, so not really too big of a deal as of yet, but he is Thor. He's not going to have that Tectonic Rift online quite yet. Over in the dual lane, a little bit of pressure coming out once again. Zapman looking for some pressure where they possibly can. You know, we talked about the Anhur, the kind of Athena Geb matchup. Athena is still a very strong support, but the taunt is really able to be cleansed off quite easily with that Stone Shield from Geb. My AD's Gary got taunted, Stone Shield, he's not going to take any damage from the ensuing abilities, and, well, he's free to do whatever he wants now.
But at the same time, what you're looking to do as Athena there is get the double taunt, or just go on Geb, because if you go on Geb, Geb can't taunt out, get a shield on himself if he's taunted, so he can try and get bursted down there. That's why you see the double taunt once again coming out, but a great Cataclysm coming up from Aurora in response immediately to try and disengage. Now, you see, DJ Pennicus has hit level 5 already. Fast rotations and not sharing his jungle much with the mid laner has brought him to level 5 a lot quicker than standard. He's looking for a gank potentially. He's not going to find anything on the left for now, though. And now he's just going to have to hover around. This level 5 rush has helped him a little bit, but at the same time, it's delayed Odoro hitting 5. Which means that after that wave, he's still not level 5 again. Oh, sorry, he is. Just that last creep did tick. So now they're both level 5, but can DJ make something worthwhile with this faster rotation to hit him 5? Hopefully he can. At the moment, he's kind of hesitating, looking for something.
Well, we'll see if they can find something. Mid-Harpies are about to spawn here in just a few more seconds. They could look for a quick pick, though these mid-lane early first blood attempts have backfired pretty much every single game so far today. So it looks like they're going to go ahead and actually try and take down both mid-Harpy camps, and with nobody nearby to contest this one, they're going to do exactly that. It's going to give Aurora a little bit more experience. He's still only level 4 over there in the dual lane. I mean, I don't know. Right now, a bit of a slower paced game.
It probably is. I mean, look at the composition of Eager coming out here. They're looking to farm up and get themselves big. Zapman's going to look to do it with Cupid towards the later stages of the game. Geb takes a little while to come online, and the early game is kind of weak from him, so him sticking around there in the dual lane was probably smarter than not. It's more intelligent than just trying to force something over there. Humbat's Fear Evil makes an impact. Chaac, though, so he's looking for late game, mid game to be aggressive. Pain de Vion with a nice taunt onto a Roar there, forces out a disengage again, but nothing more going to follow. I find Zhong in that mid lane as well. I mean, he has potential for a kill, but are you really going to be able to kill a Scylla when she can just sentinel away? Probably not. So it's a farm game for Eager here. Mid game, late game is what they're looking for.
And with some of the play set up as well from Legion, they have the double global double global presence. DJ Pernicus with the Anvil of Dawn, Defender Olympus from Pain to Beyond. And again, I want to see more of these beautiful taunt I'm a monster setups for Scylla. It's a ton of damage, and potentially, like I said earlier, if she finds that first kill, can look for more damage. Right lane, DJ Pernicus helping out, well played, just going to push back to the tower. That's all he has, that Rain Dance ticking away, healing himself back up for now. Still a little bit of a standoff over here in this right lane. Not really anything spent, not really anything invested. All the ultimates still online right now. I'm thinking the next time we really see something come up is going to be for those next mid-Harpy contentions in about a minute and a half.
Quite possibly. I think what you need to watch out for is DJ Pernicus and Pain de Vion. They're the two that will try and make the plays for the boys of Legion and try and start snowballing this game. But right now, actually, Dead to Care, looking for the invade on the speed, not going to find it, throws out a monkey, says, how's your father? Walks back to lane again, starts soaking up mid. But keep an eye on the two members of Legion. They're the ones that have to try and start making this something happen in this game before Eager gets themselves going.
Definitely. Right now, you know, Anatoly has been doing good 1v2 in this lane. DJ Pernicus was hanging around there for a little while. Over in the mid lane, Dedeker was looking for something onto Scylla, but like you said, that Sentinel, she just pops it, gets away quite easily. Dedeker is taking this opportunity to steal a damage buff, but nobody is nearby. Going to put this one onto Lassus here in just a moment. Zatman and Aurora rotating over as well, just to make sure they're going to look for the speed attack speed buff as well right now. Nobody nearby to stop this. Some guys from Legion are rotating
really good
over.
Play.
Yeah.
Really good play from Eager, considering their team is all about team fights and mid game to late game. It's very, very strong right now for them to be able to go in and aggressively invade as a team, stay as a unit. If they want to engage, fine, we'll fight because we're all here. Our AoE ultimate composition will be very strong in that situation. And it's a really good call from them. They've got themselves in a good spot now.
Definitely. First backs coming out. Zatman looking to finish off his Valor Gauntlets and will do exactly that. Coming back to lane, Panda Cat, does he have enough in hand right now? A little bit off for the moment, but Legion doing a little warding. I saw people near the Gold Fury like, oh, they're going for it, but nothing online quite yet. Going to play it safe. Mid Harpies are about to spawn as well, and right now, Eager once again not really in a position to look for them.
But they don't need to. They don't need to. They just stole away 2 buffs in the jungle, and in doing so, they'll counteract the experience in gold that they just lost and leave giving up these mid-harpies. Why contest the mid-harpies when the engagement right now might not be fitting to them? They can give that up. It's fine too, because if you check the charts now, they're just bringing it back to even a Legion. They're going to rotate in just a little bit late to them, but look at the golden experience. Still in Eager's favour.
Very good point with those buffs. I've kind of glossed over that one. Right now, though, mid-Harpies did go to Legion, kind of evening things out a little bit, but you saw that little bit back and forth. It's kind of leveled off for now. If Eager are able to keep picking away these jungle buffs, they have the timer on both that damage and attack speed buff going forward. They could look for it. I don't know. I kind of want to say the first fight, we might see a Gold Fury dance coming out in the next couple of minutes, but like you said, both these teams are kind of late game focused. They don't want to get over aggressive. They don't want to get themselves caught out. There's a lot of gods right now in this matchup who scale very, very well if they start getting any sort of lead in their favor as far as gold or kills are concerned.
It's a very strange game, this one, because you want to see DJ Pernicus going aggressive at picks, but I like what Dare to Care's doing too. He's just farming, and he's going to try and sit back and look for either a mistake from the enemy team or for DJ Pernicus to engage and then counter-engage with the Fear No Evil. Left-hand side, Zatman gets caught a little bit here. A lot of pressure on him, Fields of Love come out, and here's an engage from Dare to Care in the Raw. Cataclysm, Pain de Beyond's dead. They don't even use the Fear No Evil just yet, and there it is towards the end of the Desert Fury. DJ's in the sky, going to dunk down. Will they be able to find a kill?
They're looking for Panda Cat. Roll out, coming from Aurora, looking to secure it. That will be enough. DJ Pernicus arriving from across the sky is not quite going to be enough, but now might be the spot trouble as well. Tamara only a couple feet in front of him. The bomb is going to be good. The beads were forced out to avoid the stun, however. He'll get out, but that is a tier 1 bead timer. 3 minutes. He's not going to have that available to him.
All about frustration on Legion. They weren't frustrated overall, but they felt like they needed to make something happen in the early stages of this game. Athena and Thor haven't managed to do anything just yet. Athena goes aggressive. They managed to get... The rotation comes out from Eager. Dare to Care's there, and that's exactly what I was talking about with Dare to Care. He's waiting for the counter initiation. Aurora rolls up with the Cataclysm. Very nicely played from Eager. They're waiting for Legion to engage and counter engage, and off the back of it, and the team are just doing a good work for now. Toli has good control of this lane on the right as well. After the early game, started to poke down a little bit more on Vamana, thanks to the help of this Runeforged Hammer and Death's Toll.
Definitely, they're going forward right now. DJ Pernicus looking to kind of defend this right lane against this next wave. Anatoly is currently, Wellplayed is currently back at base, shopping up a little bit, going a little bit of shopping spree. Zhong in mid lane picked up that Warlock Sash, starting to build up those stacks. He's going to be getting a lot more tanky, and when he has that extra protections from his ultimate, he's going to have a lot of overall effective health, meaning he's going to be staying alive for quite a while in the fight. Back on the other side, Scylla has the Shoes of Magi online. Going to be doing a lot more damage early on, but if things kind of keep going the way they are right now, it's going to fall off a little bit. Yeah, just
love that play from Dertica. His teammates told him they were rotating around. He had a ward down as well, so he's like, you know what? I'm not even going to risk going for the speed buff here. We'll look towards the red again, but I'm a bit worried about it. Hang on a minute. There's so many over at the speed. Let's go gold.
Yeah. Definitely going to be a big pickup. Eager seeing this one in. Athena's on her way. She has the Wrath of the Gods. She needs to charge a preemptive strike, but not going to be there in time. That's going to be a free gold for your going Eager on the back of that beautiful play read on the back of the big rotation to get their speed buff on the right-hand side. So Eager going to send their gold lead even further right now, about 3,000 gold in the lead. Week 1, Eager came out a bit of an upset. Got knocked out in the quarterfinals. Week 2, proved themselves, took first place, and look, right now, they want to do the same again. Though Fear Needle just dropped down left side for those Harpies, and I believe they did secure them.
And that was it. He disengaged straight afterwards. Right ones did go to Legion, but mid lane, Lasses could be a little bit caught here. Has to use the recall demons to give him the protections. Trying to regress with it. Doesn't go under the tower. Just disengage with it. DJ's in the sky though. Is he going to dunk?
He is going to look for it. He's looking for Lasses. A lot of damage coming out, but the stun was good. Defender Limb is forced out. They're looking for Aurora now. Turn their attention. Looking to get one kill out of this whole mess of a fight. Yeah, Monster did a lot of pain to be on. Picks up the kill. First one on the board for Legion. Derek finds one to answer back. However, 1 for 1 in the tail end of this engagement. And it looks like the rest of Legion pulling back to the tower with the health bars below half. They don't want anything more to do with this right now, though. Adoro got tagged up by the Exorcist ability.
Oh, he could be dead here, but luckily he did get a good Sikkim onto Zapman to stop the heart bomb being fired off as well. Red buff is available, and we're going to see Panda Cat try and defend this against Dertica. He's going to look for the Impale at the end. Is he going to find it? Looks like it went over to Dertica.
Indeed. While that was going on, Anatoly over in the right lane stealing away the mana buff from Vamana as well. He has that Bluestone Pendant, but it's definitely annoying. You lose that little bit of cooldown reduction as well, a little bit of extra mana. It gives you that, I can throw the umbrellas all over the place and not have to worry about it in any way, in the slightest. Damage buff was stolen away, like you said. It's going to sit there and rot away on the ground. Going to delay the timer a little bit, but Eager right now, they're keeping good track of this. I'm sure they know the timing of if it expires on its own relative to when it was killed off, so they'll be able to look to invade it once again and steal even more buffs away. I believe, with the exception of one speed buff and the first 4 initial buffs, Legion have not had any more of their own jungle buffs.
Well, they've had all the speed buffs the whole way through. They didn't manage to see the speed buff yet have Eager, but they have stolen the red buff consistently since the initial spawning of it. So Eager are doing really good work. What I love about Eager's gameplay in this game, honestly, is very tactical. It's very focused on not getting caught out of position, using the advantage of the placements of the enemy team. Just like a chess match, if they're positioned, someone's out of position, they're capitalizing. Lasses here, using circle protection, using recall demons there preemptively to disengage. It wasn't a great play from him, but what it does, he's just playing safe. They're not over-aggressing. They're not biting off too much more than they can chew. And when the team of Legion make a small mistake, they're capitalizing on it. It doesn't look like a flashy game, but it's a successful game. And if they keep playing like this, it's going to be rough for Legion to try and do anything.
Aurora forced the Cataclysm as well. Legion doing a good job to bait out these ultimates wherever they can. Double tap connects to Aurora. He might not make back to tower. Stone Shield on himself, trying to stay like DJ Pernicus, though. That collapse coming in, gets picked up. Zapman getting that kill on the board for them. Eager extending their kill lead one more. The rotations right now coming out of both these teams are very, very spot on. Unfortunately, Thor just wasn't able to get out of that in time. They didn't have the vision of that rotation.
Nope, didn't have the vision for it at all. The rotation came in, picks them up, 4-1. Go for your damn Harpies are spawning again. We'll see what happens with this one. Is Lassie's in mid lane, a little bit lower mana, Aurora's basing. They'll probably lose both Harpies here if they realise it, but Zapman, this is the first time I've seen another extension from the team. Zap might get caught here.
Oh, they definitely look for the kill. Caught by that shifting sands below. There's the flutter coming out. There's the preemptive strike and tail into the wall. Desert Fury as well.
So well.
The Dumpling coming in to save his life, and now he's still alive. Reinforcements are on their way, but he's doing everything in his power to stay up, but it's not going to be enough. Panda Cat puts another one on the board for Legion, and only just now did that mana camp get cleaned out. I believe it was actually Anatoly realizing that well played never actually cleared out that final remaining little minion over there.
Yep, it was still left down, but the left-hand Harpies did go to Legion. Right ones are going to Eager, but the fight's raging on as Athena's coming in here, looking for Toly, who has to use the silence to prevent the damage, reduce it a bit, but DJ's going up, the Iron Monster dunks, Fear No Evil's down as well. Where's DJ going?
He's looking for the big fight. He's in the middle of a lot, though. Teleporting out, not wanting more to do this. Well playing back, force up into the big baby. They could look to collapse it on him. They have no anti-healing and shut down that 5% per second regeneration on him. He'll have cleared the path here in just a moment. It looks like they've disengaged, so it's not going to look to pursue this fight any further. They did lose Zapman on the tail of that, but they have jungle buffs all over the map for themselves to pick up. And with Gold Fury coming up in a couple seconds, they could potentially look to go for that one once again. As a couple of people right now for Legion, heading back to base.
Yeah, you can see if you look at the goal graph, he just starts to swing ever so slightly back towards Legion's favour. Still in Eager's control here right now, but that pick on Zapman just gave him a bit of time. Panda Cat played that so well though. Like, he put the pillar down, Zapman tried to hide behind it, and he ate every single auto, so they were correctly positioned all the way through. Nicely done from him. Gold Fury, like you said, flashing away now, 10 seconds on the respawn there, plus Sentry Wall control for Eager. They know the respawn of it 100% here, and Lass's got a bit aggressive onto Pain Devion in the mid lane here. Got to watch out for the rotations from the boys of Legion, as everybody's on this side of the map right now to contest it. We'll see where Tolly goes to join the action or go back to farm.
Look at the vision on the map right now. Look at the wards placed as well. Once again, this game a little bit more different. Except the 80 carries, everybody has placed wards down. Actually, Zapman, or excuse me, Panicat just placed one of his own. With that said, I mean, look at the vision. There's vision all through the right side of the jungle for Eager. They want to keep tabs on everyone in the Legion, and they know they have that one ward on that Gold Fury. If Legion try to sneak that one in, they have vision of it. They can respond to it in turn. That'll give them the information they need to going forward to look to set up their next play. Right now, though...
Well, first red for Adoro since the start has now been given over to him. DJ does drop that one down. Pain Devion going to ward up the Gold Fury this time round. Mid lane, though, you can see Adoro, Lassis, and Dare to Care all hanging around, trying to soak up some experience, waiting for the next opportunity. Zap was back. Tolly was on the right side of the map. Has Teleport online and Sprint picked up, so we're going to be able to go for a potential chase build with that Sprint. Could look for Heavenly Agility for extra sustain for his team. Don't forget, Heavenly Agility will allow extra healing to come out for him with the Rain Dance, as well as for Lassis on the Athleticism too.
Yeah, and a big part of that, if he goes for the Heavenly Agility, that slow immunity for a couple seconds will be enough to stop the slows coming off of the Crush, coming off of the Shifting Sands, coming off of the Umbrella Ring backswing as well. And allowing Glasses to kind of just run amok in your team with Recall Demons going, that is not a spot you want to find your team in. If I kind of bring that right away, played, taking a lot of damage, Anatoly as well, and the... where was he?
Tolly's okay, he was going aggressive on Panda Cat, they traded a couple of autos, but meanwhile, what's going on over here? Zapman decided he's had enough of waiting. They're going to start the Gold Fury up. Good positioning for Tolly here. He has to zone off multiple targets. Jukes back to his axe on the backside to zone out Adoro, but in doing so, Big Baby's on the front line for well played. Dunk down from DJ Pedicus into the Fields of Love. He can't escape that. DJ's going to go down. Desert Fury gets popped as well. Does some damage, but here comes the Ghosts.
They're looking for more Recall Demons, looking to counter Adoro. There's the Exorcism coming out as well, looking for it. Will he be able to find this one more ability? They need to get this kill. Not going to be able to use that on Monster. Lassus finds that one. 3-0 so far with well played. Not getting out of that body block by the full Eager lineup. It's going to be a double kill for Lassus, and it's about to be a Gold Fury as well. Pain Devion too low on health to really look to get in. It would require an absolutely perfect timing, and well, Eager to completely and utterly ignore her and let her steal it away. She's going for it regardless. She's looking for it. She does steal it away, but will fall. That's still a nice turnaround on that one. You get the 1,500 gold just for your own life. Not much else you can do alone as a support besides go back to base, heal up, and maybe slowly kill a couple of minions.
Exactly. Let's be honest, what could he do there? He's going to lose a tower in mid if he stands and tries to defend. He'll probably die there as well. If he tries to defend left-hand lane, he's probably going to die there as well. What else can he do? Go back to base. Instead, go for the play, steal away the Gold Fury. Really nicely done by Pain Devion. A little bit of slack in concentration there by Eager. Someone should have been on zone control to keep Pain Devion from coming in there. But nicely done from Legion. It's still not in their favour though. You can see the gold dips further into Eager's favour thanks to the towers going down and some minions to the tower as well.
That XP advantage is starting to grow quite a bit as well. 2-3 levels across the board, 4 in the case of the mid laners as well. So they have to be careful of that. That ability scaling can be quite a huge factor. Anatoly stealing himself away another mana buff, but Derdeker is coming in to help him out, make sure he escapes out of the jungle. The retreat pings all across the map. Yeah, because why not? Making noise is always fun. They don't have, Athena can make noise, not really anybody else. Spam that preemptive strike, make noise.
As much as possible. So 9-2 in favour of Eager in this first game of the best of 3 final right now. Firegiant still stands at 17 minutes in. Only 2 Gold Furies down so far, both gone even, but you can see that Eager's starting to find their stride now. They've got their team online, they've got the items they want. Look at Zhong in the mid lane here. Pythagorean's Piece as well, cooldown reduction, lifesteal, tasty treats for Lasses. Even though the aura is not going to be great for his team, Aurora will be thankful for a little bit of lifesteal.
Doesn't hurt. It's a decent item overall, but the big factor is going to be he's top of the damage charts right now. We haven't really seen too many team fights yet. As the game continues going forward, more and more items get built up on Lassus. That recoil demon is going to hurt more and more. He doesn't have Spear of the Magus yet, but once I imagine he's going to be looking for that. Shredding off those magic protections from potentially the entire enemy team means that 40% damage chunk from Cataclysm off of Gab is potentially going to do even more if it's a bit of a, if they don't use it to initiate the fight. Bit of a grouping right now. Eager might be looking to siege in this mid tower, maybe look for this damage buff as well, while Panda Cat not having too much luck still deterring that. He's going to be kind of split off from his team.
Yeah, well, the rest of the group going to group up together and are eager again. Pandacat's got to watch his positioning, like you said, as he might get engaged in a hit, but he's paying Divion, who goes in very deep here. The full wombo of Avian Ultimates coming out. DJ Pernicus does manage to find one. Lassus, though, takes out well played. Probably going to find Pain Divion with that card ticking away. No, he will not. DJ Dixon on the backside, though, looking for Zap. Can he do anything else?
Still going forward, looking for the deep kills. Anatoly, though, diving deep behind him and trying to defend Olympus. Painting Man looking to re-engage and help out with this fight coming in, though. Anatoly is more than fine in the back line of this fight, while the other three members of Eager are looking to take this tower. It's almost finished off if they can do that. Before Roar falls, they can look for more, but Panicat will secure that with the impalement to the wall. The fight's still going. They could look to re-engage and find a couple cleanup kills here for Legion.
They should be able to. Lassus, though, does kill DJ Pernicus off with the card, but the crush comes out from Adoro to secure Lassus. The turn onto Zapman is good enough for Pain Divion to find a kill. Tony will trade back with the axe throw, but there's going to be no follow-up to bring down the axe murderer, Chaac himself, for the time being. So he's going to relieve a little bit of pressure on Legion. The fight goes in their favor. They hold for now, they keep the tier 2 tower up, but they're not going to find anything else in the jungle to steal. That's the problem. They're just going to give themselves a bit of time for the duo lane to farm up left-hand lane. There's not much else available for them.
That's one of those rough things. One of the things you want to do when you win a fight is to take that fight and turn it into more objectives. Unfortunately, like you said, there's nothing for them to take right now. The mid is just respawning at the wrong time. They're going to go to Eager as well. It's one of those things, you can get all the kills in the world, but if you can't start making your way across the map, start taking those towers, take the Phoenix, and eventually take the Titan, you're not going to win the match. And right now, Legion just, unfortunately, that teamfight victory could not look to take anything on the back of it. Looking at the items, I do see a little bit of the beginnings of a Spear Focus for Lassus as well. That's going to make the team fights go much, much more favorably for Eager going forward.
It's his first bit of penetration, let's take that into account. I mean, he's not had penetration in this build online just yet. When he gets that spear going, that's going to be tasty treats for Legion to have to deal with, because he's already 4-1-4. If you check him with the player damage right now, he's way up there at the top with 12,000 done already in 20 minutes. So he's having a good game for himself. Tolly's done very, very well on this Chaac as well. Some of that damage, it did escalate a little bit quicker in the early game because of the fact that he had that power pot online, but it's really, really good right now.
Definitely. Right side Harpy's going to Eager as well. A couple of rotations through the jungle. Eager might be looking for those when they respawn just a little bit. Right now, looking at the wards down in the jungle, there's some deep wards getting placed by Legion. They want to make sure Eager aren't roaming free throughout the jungle. They don't want any more of those jungle buffs stolen away. Take a look down at the items as well. It's a bit of a slower game right now. Some of this stuff's starting to slowly build up. Looks like Anatoly going towards what will soon be a Witchblade. Quick item? No. Yeah. Witchblade.
I mean, Witchblade's one of those items that we've not seen as much this season. They took the mobility off it. It's still a great item. It's a great aura. Take into account, they're up against 3 physical gods here, and they're going to rely on some auto attacks, reduce the amount of auto attacks they can put out at the same time as they're going to try and put the pressure on with the protections too. So, Gold Fury being sieged by Zapman, bit of trade between him and Panda Cat. The fight's going to happen soon, but at the moment in the mid lane, Adoro could be caught out a little bit, going to have to Sentinel away. This could spell trouble now. Death of Fury pops. Eager get that for free.
Yeah, there's a little bit of indecision by Legion where exactly they want to go, how they want to play this. They popped that Desert Fury. If they'd looked to go in the fight, it would have been a bit of a messy one. But Eager pick up the second Gold Fury of the game for themselves, or that third Gold Fury of the game. There was that steal by Pain Divion for that second one. But yeah, I mean, right now, Eager are slowly starting to build up themselves a nice little goal lead, about 7,000 gold right now. And, these team fights, that Spear of the Magus is going to be able to be completed next back by Lassus. It's going to make a big difference in the fights. They could really look to start forcing out a Fire Giant fight here in a little bit. Once that Spear of the Magus is online, it's going to be a pretty big, messy fight for Legion, and a rough one. They have to be spot on with their positioning and make sure to avoid the bulk of the damage coming out of Lassus.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, right now in this game, Legion are no way out of this game. Take into account, guys, if you can't take the Titan, you can't win. So to do that, you have to force them to F6, I guess. Or you have to make sure you apply the pressure and make sure you get map control. Let's see how this one goes for Legion, though. As we're 23 minutes in, they're behind quite considerably, but they're trying to go into Zatman on the left-hand side here. Not going to find him for now. So the disengage happens before anyone rotates back in.
Yep, the grouping's coming out. They're looking for a pick in this left side jungle. Good wall from Thor, deterring that. Adora able to escape safely on the back of that. Adora has a second red buff! It finally happened again. It's always nice when you actually get your buffs on your own side of the map. With that, it'll definitely help out in the fights. I think the big thing is going to come down to the fights. They really need to get that I'm a Monster combo set up and pick off either Dare to Care, Zatman, and that's
Dare to Care. Oh, Panda Cat, watch where you're going. It's a top. Oh, the Impale actually forced Dare to Care to juke. He didn't want to go in for it. Mid lane, though, they're going to continue sieging. That tower's very low here, Zidane.
Yeah, they could look to tank it up. Anatoly maybe accidentally tank it. There's a free throw drop down. They're looking for the fight. Last is recalled Demons. Not quite out yet. Well, actually, wasn't used up already. It's already used up. They're going in looking for the kill. Dare to Care very low. Hammer will teleport him out to safety. Looking to give chase. Exorcism over the wall. Not quite going to find them. Exposed Evil. Keep mixing those two up. I'm a monster. Dora finds one. Looking for one.
Aurora, run for your life, son. Rollout's going to get him out for now, but he's still there. Gets well played. He's going to go big baby form. The Cupid heart bomb's going to keep him sustained in that big baby a little bit longer to continue chasing onto the team, forcing them back. That was not a good engage. That was Lassie's getting greedy, and now Legion could try and turn this.
They could. They're looking for the taunt is good. They found Dare to Care. Shield wall drop down as well. Beads forced out immediately from Dare to Care. They're looking to find some answers to put themselves really back up in this matchup. But it looks like with pretty much everything down for everybody right now, they're not going to be able to pursue them under the tower. When you have that Geb waiting nearby for both the Shockwave and the Stone Shield, it gets very difficult to actually dive out for somebody. The only ultimate left standing on the back of the fight is the Anvil of Dawn from Thor, but as things stand right now, Legion could possibly look for this right side tower, but they have to be careful that Eager doesn't look to kind of close in, collapse, and pick somebody off.
Well, Eager's going to defend against the Fire Giant here. They're looking to try and stop the backs coming out from the team, feeling that they could re-engage this one as well. Will they got to find Pain Divion here? They will with the Fear No Evil, you know. Pain Divion's in a bit of world of trouble here. He's going to get knocked up as well, looking for the preemptive strike away. They're trying to cut off his angles more than anything so he can't escape. But guess what? There's an Axe Murder in your face too. Preemptive strike does come out. He will get out just in time to get back to his team. If they would have found that pick, that was a Fire Giant potential for the boys of Eager.
They might force it out right here, right now. There's still 20 seconds left on that Defender Olympus timer. They're not going to try and bait it. There's a Blink Cataclysm. They're coming in. Dora immediately beats and Sentinel out. They found some damage onto Well Played as well, but they could look for the fight here. Defender Olympus is available. Anvil Dawn as well. They have to be careful if they try to fight this. He really is.
Totally doing work. He's managed to zone them all out. Pop the Iron Monster. The damage off the back does not connect. Lasses brings him down with the ghost, and a Well Played's up in the air. Desert Fury comes out looking for Lasses, but he's still alive. The shield from Geb was huge, but it wasn't good enough to keep him up as Lasses goes down. But now Dare to Care is getting focused by Panda Cat. The knock away by Aurora saves the day on him, and now we're going to see Toa continue into siege.
Couple late health pots coming out as well. Dare to Care trying to get his health back up and not have to be forced to go back to base right now. It's a 4v4 standoff in this right lane. DJ Pernica is kind of looming around the left side. They're looking to set something up. Dare to Care is very low. If Thor connects with a combo, he will die, but they believe they had vision of that one. Yes, they did. Aurora heading around, rolling around the corner, looking to make sure Thor can't pull anything. Dare to Care now in a bad spot, looking to find the chase. Fear Evil off cooldown, might buy him time. Thor not going to teleport and look for the chase. They're going to go ahead and disengage. They got that tier 2 tower in the right lane, and now it looks like they just looking to disengage. Back off, heal up, spend some of that gold they just picked up. About 1,500 or so across the field.
Yeah, I mean, they've got wall coverage, safety first. They know the whole team's not online for the boys of Legion, so they're not going to all be back in position. Everybody wasted ultimates there. What did Eager get out of it? They got the tier 2 tower. They got their objective they wanted there, and the Fire Giant still stands. The boys can go back, spend that extra gold they got. Remember, tier 2 tower is exactly the same value as a Gold Fury, so that extra gold going to be valuable to them at this stage. Then come back with more wards. More wards? I'm saying more wards and none of them have bought any. Scumbags. Scumbags. He did that to throw me off.
I'm assuming they're buying all those very, very big important items, and some of them, like we talked about the Heavenly Agility earlier off of Chaac. Ooh, did he spot that one out? Right now, Gold Fury
got hit by a Heart Bomb. He got hit by a Heart Bomb, has to disengage and heal back up. They know the Gold Fury was potentially being done. Pain Divion got to rotate in there, just make sure it's safe.
Yeah, Anatoly going for that tier 3 sprint. You talked about how much zoning out he's doing. When he pops that tier 3 sprint, there's pretty much no shutting him down aside from investing hard crowd control to do so, which means he's going to be sticking to those nice, juicy, squishy targets. Scylla is pretty squishy. Anhur. Even Thor to a pretty good extent. If he's able to get into range, he's going to force the entire team to pull back and actually deal with him, while anyone kind of lagging behind a little bit is going to be getting collapsed on by the rest of the Eager lineup. Looking at Zhong as well, he has that tier 1 sprint. Once the tier 2 is online, he's going to be much harder to deal with when he's in that Recall Demons. And if that eventually gets to either a greater sprint or a Heavenly Agility as well, it is going to be absolutely insane amount of chase coming out from Eager, because it's not going to be getting stopped anytime soon.
DJ's over here on the left. The Gold Fury is being sieged. It's going to drop down to Eager. Hogs were used there. DJ jumps in. Pendivion's ult is on cooldown. The Fields of Love have gone down to Pendivion's dead. He's going to drop down. Well played. In trouble too, being chased by Ghosts, as well as the whole team of Eager. DJ on the backside, though, does dunk in. Fear no evil in response. Monster over the top. Not going to do enough damage. Zapman's still alive, but he's very low.
They're going to be forced to disengage. DJ Pernicus is looking to give chase and find those kills, but he has to be very, very careful. 1v3 would still be quite risky. Backside of the fight, Lassus and Anatoly still driven up. They are very full on health. They could look to chase down something if they so choose. The Anatoly throwing that axe over the wall, saying hi to Panda Cat. Otherwise, the fight has kind of disengaged. Eager sneaking in, though, the third gold free of the game for themselves. That gold lead for them right now up to 10,000. Legion are not out of this yet.
They should be fine now.
Yeah,
they should be flying out from Eager. They've got the opportunity to go for the Fire Giant. They know Pain Devion's dead for a few more seconds. Plus, he just used the ultimate in that engagement for the Gold Fury. The Hogs are going to be back up and available for them to use it immediately. What have they got to deal with? Look at Lasses. Watch his positioning. It's going to be up to him for defense duty.
Yep, and he did exactly that. They didn't want to go past him. If they tried to, it would have been immediately an exposed evil exorcism. You're not going anywhere. Plus the fact that the rest of the team could potentially collapse in on you as well. They essentially needed Pain Devion there. He got that steal in the Gold Fury earlier. The problem was he was dead. Didn't have the defensive Olympus to join up with his team and look for that steal. So Eager now with a decent lead on their belt, with those Fire Giant stats in hand, looking at almost a 15,000 gold lead for those guys when you factor in the Fire Giant buff stats. They're going to be looking to group up, look to start sieging down that left-hand lane. You can see the grouping kind of that side of the map right now. There's nothing really to go for elsewhere. They have that one tier 2 tower, and then it's all about the Phoenixes.
Honestly, the only reason Legion is still in this game is because Eager keeps making small mistakes. Small misplays where they're just chasing too far for kills, slightly overextended. That's the only mistakes Eager have really made this game, in fairness. Legion have played it very, very well, though, for the most part. But it's been Eager's game, the way they've played it, by just playing so passive and making sure it's been Legion the aggressors and then just counteracting the aggression one more time. Now, though, we're going to see them siege this tier 2 on the left-hand side. It looks like Legion want to defend this one. We may see a team fight here.
Definitely a possibility. They don't necessarily want to rely on that. There's the Blink Cataclysm. Actually, Pandavion caught out right now. Going to be able to preemptive strike out here in just a moment. We'll be able to do so. The tier 2 tower will fall. Legion going to be forced back to their Phoenix. And last...
But that was a big cataclysm for a tower. They didn't get anything else out of that, which means the assault's going to be a bit more difficult this time around. Cupid on Dertica, he's going to have to go in with a Fear No Evil if he can, and watch the position of the rest of the team, because Lasses will have to follow up. This is going to be a slow siege now, just because that Blink Cataclysm's on cooldown. Yeah,
they're backing off just a little bit, waiting for that minion wave to come out, getting every little bit that can. Pause actually coming out here for now. Lasses actually picked up a Gem of Isolation. You get all that speed coming out to give chase. They also have that slow to slow everybody else down on the enemy team.
Well, yeah, think about all those ghosts they're going to throw out of his body. As soon as they do that at the soul bag, it's going to slow all the enemy team down, give them the potential to continue chasing for the kills. So it works out well for what he's looking to do with it. Also, Exorcism is a good cone, good amount of area that you can cover with that as well, which also applies a slow. Doesn't mean he's just relying on the card. So it allows people to pick up kills, keep them inside zones of control where those ultimates can come down.
Yep, then of course the other items, well played, going for that Midgardian male, has that Kinsa as well. He's going to be doing a lot of damage, as well as slowing down the attacks coming out of both Chaac, Batz, and Cupid, potentially. Down on DJ Pernicus, has that Titan's Bane online, going to be using that penetration that he can still get to try and do as much damage as possible. But right now, the problem is every time Legion are trying to initiate, DJ Pernicus really has to wait for the fight to be committed and underway. If he tries to initiate himself at this point in the game, he will just get exploded outright and will have no effect whatsoever on the fight.
The only time that Eager don't do something tactical is when they're pausing. It's normally for a bathroom break. Maybe for one of the dogs of Lasses, by the looks of it, by how the pause is. Maybe that's what it is. We just sat around waiting for them to unpause, guys. It shouldn't be too long, hopefully. But at this stage of the game, Eager are in control, but they're going to have to wait a little while for initiation here. It's going to be all about whether or not they can get a good initiation off coming out from Dare to Care with the Fear No Evil, or if we can see a good pick potential from Tony going in deep. He's got the tankiness to be able to go in here and put the pressure on, but we'll see. At the moment, I think they should probably disengage this, honestly, and look to push in another lane just to buy some extra time for themselves and then wait for this Blink Cataclysm to come back up, because it won't be that long.
Yeah, they still have about, so what is it, 2 minutes, 20 seconds on the Fire Giant buff. They have time to work with. It's in their favor right now. They have that Fire Giant buff. Like I said, no reason to risk it, go too aggressive, and end up backfiring him. We've seen twice already today. Team got that Fire Giant buff, went for the Phoenix, and actually, at the end of the last game, like 3 or 4 times with King's Landing coming out big time with those Phoenix defenses. Legion could look to do the exact same thing against Eager. You don't want to go ahead and throw your Fire Giant buff away. You don't want to give the enemy team kills that they so desperately need to start getting themselves back in the lead. And, looking for some big items online for some of these gods, the damage numbers on the damage chart as well. Last is still way up top, but Panic Cat is right on his heels, and given the fact that a lot of it's single target damage, he is hurting big time in these fights.
He really, really is. I mean, look at the damage charts overall. Look at how the whole team has performed as a unit as well. I mean, the damage, honestly, has been shared out pretty well from most of the Eager boys. At the same time, Legion not doing too bad for themselves. It feels like DJ Pinnacles hasn't been able to get online in this game at all, though. Yeah. Like, he's been shut down with good wall coverage and making sure positioning from Eager has been good for the most part. The only times he's managed to get in there for damage is when the over-aggression from Eager happened and he managed to turn it around. That's why you can see his damage is very, very low to where we normally see the likes of DJ Pinnacles. But they've really managed to shut him down hard in this game, even though he's on one of his most favoured gods as well, that he's very, very well known for.
Yeah, it's one of those things, going back into the early game, I was going to touch on, we didn't have really time to do it, the kind of restraint being shown by a lot of the guys on Legion. The junglers are both very big, I want to make these plays, and I want to make these super, super insane plays. They go forward, they look for the big playmakers. The way the game was going, it didn't actually allow for those type of plays coming out of the junglers, so the restraint by them was good. But going forward, they weren't getting these big gold leads they're typically used to playing with. And I think that's been a pretty big factor going forward. They haven't been able to play like they usually do. They're doing good to adapt to the game, but actually, as Feels Love gets dropped down, they're looking for the fight. Good damage. Freedom will drop down as well.
Pendivel's dead. He's dead already. They used a lot for it, though. Well played. Already pops Big Baby going on the back line for Dare to Care. Panda Cat, though, does try and cause some issues, but now well played could be caught out here. Good wall coming out from DJ against the support, but he's going to slowly get chunked down. He's well played here. He's trying to get away, but the heart bomb, will it be enough? No, it will not. The Phoenix still stands for now, and in comes DJ Pedicus trying to use Berserker Barrage to bring down Zapman, but the shield is good enough from a Raw to buy him time. Desert Fury as well, looking for Zapman, still not going to find the kill onto him. Meanwhile, the Exorcism comes out onto Scylla, forcing her to disengage. The team of Eager still stand.
They do that Gold Fury for support. As long as they cannot fall beyond this right now, it will be a good overall play for those guys. And with Pantheon up in just a couple more seconds, Eager have a small window of opportunity. They have that Cataclysm back up. They have the Blink. There it is, coming in. They're looking for Panda Cat. A lot of damage. Shockwave to fall up as well. The Disperse will come out in a nick of time to get him safely behind the Phoenix. He's up. They're going big. They're looking for this play right now. They want to turn this fight around.
But they can't turn it around because DJ has to disengage with Athena in tow as well. That means well played on the front with no HP left already. The slows from the Gem of Isolation paying dividends from Lasses there. He's going to be able to bring him down with the help of Toli and that axe. There's the Fear No Evil on the backside from Dare to Care to try and bring down that Pain Divion one more time. The Phoenix is still alive though.
It is. It will finally fall as it explodes into those little embers that float their way to the ground. They got 2 kills in the course of the siege. They also got that Phoenix with the Fire Giant going to be up in about 90 seconds. They have a little bit of time to look for the mid lane Phoenix as well. Pain Divion going straight in, looking to find something. They need to answer back big right now if they can, but the Tectonic Rift stopping her in her tracks. Can they find something? The Heart Bomb as well. They are not having a good time. Yeah, that Gem of Isolation, like you said, is doing work right now. The Phoenix will fall. Anatoly in the middle of everybody. Fire Giant buff is about to wear off. I expect a disengage right now from Eager, but they might still look to find a kill for Legion, but with everybody still nearby, he is not going to be dying anytime soon.
Tanky Chaac Toli is not going to go down to a little bit of poke. It's going to take half an army to bring him down now. And Eager did the duty that was required of them. They took both Phoenixes in good time. The Fire Giant is now offline, as we see on the screen, and it's going to be back up in a minute's time. This means they can clear out jungle, go back to base, buy items, and begin again on the right-hand lane.
Exactly, and with wards pretty much down across the map right now, it's going to come down to who gets this next Fire Giant potentially. Going back to that second semifinal game with King's Landing holding on for dear life against Legion, they were holding again and again at the Phoenixes. They held at the line at the Phoenixes. They kept them alive. Going forward, I mean, with those 2 Phoenixes down, with Eager, they have the ability right now to just say, okay, we'll just sit here and wait. The Fireman is going to advance down 2 of those lanes, and eventually they have to send somebody back and deal with them, or they lose. At which point we take the Fire Giant, or look for the team fight, and we take the Fire Giant anyway. If we don't
but we're winning team fights anyway. Yeah. We're winning team fights anyway. We don't need to... I guess I like the idea of that, but they're so far ahead. Why not just fight them? Even if you lose the fight, they're going to lose pressure in the lanes and have to defend the Titan, so they're not going to get a win out of this right now. They have to wait for these Phoenixes to come back up.
And right now they have the control of that side of the map. Only one blue ward left just past those mid-harpies. It's not really winning this vision. They're waiting. They're hoping someone goes and kind of check things out going on. Pendivion kind of looking around that corner and saying, oh, okay, yeah, I see you guys there. You're not doing this as of yet. The grouping is on right now.
For pain. Pendivion could really do it with Medjais here, but itemization is always rough on the supports right now. I mean, he's gone for the Winged Blade, which is going to help him against the slows, but without having that Medjais, he's going to have to deal with taunts, knockups, CCs, you name it. So it's going to make it very difficult. He stole away the Gold Fury last time round. Can he steal this away? That's the question, because they know it's being done. They can sense it, they can feel it, but can they get in range to stop it?
Pendivion and Anhur doing work right now, trying to zone out this Fire Giant. Well played in the back. He does not have it. Eager will take the Fire Giant. Legion's Titan is under attack as well. It means this is going to be the fight that likely decides the game. Well played in the middle of 5 right now. They need to look to turn this around, but they also need to get back to the Phoenix and defend the Titan. If they fight here, they will lose it. But Eager are looking to bear down and close this game out right here, right now.
I'm a monster is pop, but so is a Cupid heart bomb as he goes pop onto Scylla's head. Pendivion soon follows. The members of Legion recalling back to base to try and defend the Titan. DJ Pernicus is not going to be here in time. Well played with the big baby, but he's being ignored. Who cares about babies when there's Titans to kill? Eager take game 1 in this best of 3.
The lifesteal on Cupid was all it took with the help of Derek as well. They brought that Titan, Phoenix. Fire Giant, third time was a try. Charm, words are hard. To get in there, they got the Fire Giant, immediately turned that round to a fight. The first 2 picks were good as they were trying to make their way back to their own base. At that point, with the Firemans around the Titan, it had no backdoor protections online. And Eager just didn't even need to bother dealing with anybody else. Actually, kind of amusing. Aurora just kind of stopping his tracks, taking up those last couple of Phoenix shots. I found that amusing personally. As we switch to the post-game screen production things across the board, because why not? There we go, guys. Should be populating itself. There you go. As they're up on screen now, I mean, big numbers coming out of Lassus. That AoE damage, we saw it last week as well as this week again. Should they be banning Zhong going into game number 2?
There we go, Legion. At a deficit this time round. They're going into game 2. Can they pick up the pace? If you remember last time round, I believe they won game 1, didn't they, last week? They won game 1 and then lost the next 2. This time round, it's Eager that took game 1. Can Legion come back and make it 2 games in a row? We'll find out after this very short break. Hopefully, guys, when they get to picks and bans, we'll be back with you with more action.